tag these joints up real quick. March Madness, baby. That's right, March Madness. Sportsbook Jeff in the building. March Madness, baby. Stay tuned in. All the free picks. 8-5 in tourney play. And like 19-7-1 overall. Yeah, I know you ready, boss man. About to get them, man. Let the room fill up a little bit. Hope everybody's enjoying the tournaments. I got my March Madness joint right there. We got a live game. The Memphis Grizzlies up 132-120 over Brooklyn. They're about to close that out in a great game. And let me just play a little something till we get some people. Then we're going to start the show, guys. 1, 2, let's go. Big show, baby. Y'all want to make some money? You tuned in the right place, man. We ain't gonna steer y'all wrong, man. 11-3-1 before the tournament. 8-5 during the tournament. Still 62%. Mark Silver, what up, baby? Get your free picks, baby. 11-3-1 before the tournament. 8-5 during the tournament. That's still 62%. Philly kid in the building, I see you, baby. We going over March Madness, being Sportsbook Jeff. We're gonna educate y'all. Give y'all the best ability to make some money. But it's up to y'all. It's up to y'all. You gotta stay tuned in. You can't get it both ways. You cannot tune in and expect to get the free plays. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, what's up, baby? 70% we are. Let me correct myself. 19-8-1 overall. All documented. I ain't talking smack. It's all on the videos. Like Suge Knight said, all on the videos. It's all on the videos. Yes, sir. And 8-5 attorney play 62%. We giving y'all money. All you gotta do is stay tuned in. Okay, let's get this show started. March Madness, Al York Sports, The Raw Truth. Every Friday we got open sessions and giveaways. Make sure y'all tune in Friday. That's my open sessions and giveaways. Today is March Madness. March Madness. Now let me go through real quick what I normally do. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death. New York, I'm not in the mood to yell that today. Dwayne Beeman, big fight April 2nd. Keep that in mind, big fight April 2nd. Make sure you tune into my guy. Credit fix, never too late to get your credit fix. IG me, inbox me, email me, al.newyork@yahoo.com. Never too late to get your credit fix. Need advertisement? Hit me up and I'll hook you up. Hit me up and I'll hook you up. Instrumentals, go to SOSstudios@yahoo.com. Bishop Brown for all the instrumentals. Salute to Tugboat Nation, my little man Wiggles. Keep moving, and open sessions and giveaways every Friday. Like I said, tell one person, the more, the merrier. Go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let's start the show, guys. Real quick, I got to go through some news. I'm not breaking nothing down today. Friday, everything will be broken down, but I'm just going to throw out what's happening in the world of sports. The Miami Dolphins made a big pickup today, picking up one of the best wide receivers in the football league, in the NFL football league, in Tyreek Hill. They got him for 5 draft picks. From my understanding, is a number 1 2022, second round 2022, a 4th round 2022, a 4th round 2023, and a 6th round 2023. 5 picks for a wide receiver. Then Tyreek Hill went and signed a 4-year deal worth $120 million that comes out to $30 million per, and now he's the highest paid receiver, passing Devontae Adams, who just passed DeAndre Hopkins. So now the wide receivers are getting their just due. Salute to Tyreek Hill. I'm a little disappointed because I remember when they interviewed Hill a couple years ago, he said they were going to try to win 5 chips in KC. They're going to go to like 7 chips in a row and all this stuff. and he's out. But I understand it's a business. They pay Mahomes 50 M's, but yet you don't want to pay your best receiver. So Hill wanted out of KC, got what he wished for. Miami picked him up, and I know a lot of guys are saying that Miami got all these weapons with no quarterback, but I'm going to tell you right now, Tua Tags can be a great game manager. He doesn't have to be winging it. He's not a winger. All he got to do is game manage, make the throws he's got to make, move the chains, defense come out there and play, and the Dolphins will be tough this season. Mark my word. Other news. The Indianapolis Colts made a big decision. They basically went the route when they got Phillip Rivers a few years ago, but they want the veteran. They tried to get Carson Wentz last year. That didn't pan out. Wentz didn't show up when he had to. Choked late. That really disgusted the organization, so Wentz had to keep it moving. They bring in Matt Ryan for a 3rd overall pick. And like I said, as much as I want to break it down, I'm going to wait till Friday to really get in the gritsu and break this information down for y'all. But right now it's March Madness. Let me keep it moving. Salute to LeBron James. A lot of y'all be thinking that I be hating on the king. I don't hate on him. You guys make me go against him. You guys, by trying to make him the GOAT, trying to make him the best ever, when y'all know that's not what it is. The other day, my boy Noah Parker posted up, he got more assists than Magic, more rebounds, I think he said, than Shaq or Rodman, more points than Karl Malone. Now, I'm not going to knock him for achieving this kind of thing, but he's got at least 500 games more than everybody that I just mentioned. So in 500 games, you better lead everybody and everything if you're a superstar. If you're a superstar. Now, like I said, I'm not going to knock him. It's an achievement and a half. It's not his fault he skipped college. But do not use that as a strength. Because I'm going to disarm you. I'm going to disarm you quickly. Because when you got 500 games, listen, if I work 500 hours more than you, even if I made 15 an hour and you made 23, I'm still going to make more money than you. Do the math. Do the math. Even at $10 an hour, I'll make more money than you with 500 more days of working, which is 8 hours a day. Come on, man. I don't want to overkill, but salute to LeBron James. Not to take nothing away from his accomplishment, but you guys got to chill a little bit, man. Y'all look for any reason to try to put him above the GOAT. It's not happening, man. It's not happening. That's it. It's not happening. Other news, MLB, Minnesota Twins made a big signing, picking up Carlos Correa, the shortstop with the Houston Astros, who's won the championship. I love the tandem of him and Jose Altuve. Too bad that's no more going to exist in baseball unless Correa goes back after the 3 years. But he signed with the Minnesota Twins for 3 years, 105.3 M's. From my understanding, he could have made the same annually with Houston. So I don't know why he did this. Maybe there's some stuff we don't know about, but he could have averaged the same with the Stros. Something wasn't right there. Something was smelling. Correa kept it moving. Wish the Yankees would have got him, by the way. Other news, the Boston Red Sox signed Trevor Story. And this is the true story. 6-year deal, 140 M's. Trevor, 272 career hitter, 158 home runs, 450 RBIs, OPS 863. True is all in Coors Field. So when you're hitting in Coors, you do have an advantage as a hitter, as you will see Chris Bryant have by him signing that new 7-year deal, 162 M's. Chris Bryant will smack the leather off that ball. And, and in Boston's not a bad park to hit at. You got the short left field monster. Story should hit a lot of balls off that monster and continue his great play playing for the Boston Red Sox. Yankees, I'm still waiting for y'all to do something. But okay, March Madness, Sportsbook Jeff, let's talk to him. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Thomas. Yeah, 72.2 guarantee. Thank you for adding on. Shout out to John Figueroa, man. God bless to my man, John Figueroa. Not guilty. That's your name. Not the other one. Not guilty, brother. All right, let's get it popping. Let me see if I get my man in. If this don't work, I'm going to have to holler at him another way. Let's get it going. Let me take this piece off so I can hit. hear him. What's up, big man? Can you hear me?
What's up?
You hear me clearly? Okay, you ready to battle or what?
Let's battle.
Special edition of the Al York Sports Show on a Wednesday, keeping up with the March Madness and the picks that we've been delivering on a high level. 8-5 in the tourney, 19-8-1 overall college basketball. Jeff, what else do we need to do to prove to the peoples that we bringing them to the window to cash out? Everything's documented.
Now it goes here on the raw truth. What you did before today don't matter what you're going to do today. So
exactly.
You got to keep producing. That's the raw
exactly,
truth.
And that's exactly what we got. We got some new meat for them. But before we even go there, Jeff, I got a couple of questions to ask you about the tournament. I want to start asking you by saying, Jeff, who's your most surprising team? And everything I ask you, I'm going to also answer myself. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, the obvious candidate would be St. Peter's, but I'm going to go a different direction. You know, the most surprising to me is Iowa State. Iowa State was 2-22 last year for the season. They had a very rough Big 12 season, had a very nice, out of conference season, and it looks like they've gone back to how they were pre-conference. So going into Milwaukee and taking out an LSU team that's got 10 times the athleticism they do and beating the Wisconsin Badgers basically in their own backyard, I'd say kudos to the Iowa State Cyclones.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to roll with St. Peter's 18-point underdog against the University of Kentucky, who I had as one of my top 5 teams to come out. And damn, they got embarrassed in the first round. Bad for Calipari and company. Then they beat a team that a lot of people were starting to know about, John Morant's old school Murray State. And they won both these games outright. And one of them, they were plus 18 and plus 8. So you got to give them credit. Coming out of nowhere. I remember when we spoke in the beginning, you was telling me you were surprised they even made the tournament. I don't know if you remember that, but I remember it.
If you remember during the tournament special, when we brought up St. Peter's, analytically, St. Peter's was the worst team in the tournament, analytically. They were third in their conference. I believe they pulled the big upset over Iona in the semifinals of the conference to get here. Otherwise, we were talking about, Patino getting back to the tournament. But, I mean, yeah, I think there's definitely tip your cap to St. Peter's for what they've accomplished. Job well done. And I probably would also give an honorable mention to the Michigan Wolverines being in the Sweet 16. Here's a team that everybody said should have been in a playing game or out of the tournament. Javon Howard was gone the last 5. They went 2-4. We won a game and came back. And what did they do? They took out the 6th seed Colorado State and took out your tournament champion, the Tennessee Volunteers.
2 big underdogs. They were underdogs in both games, also prevailed. Great point on that, Jeff. And let's move on because we got other stuff to take care of. Who's your most impressive team, Jeff, as far as looking like they want to win it all? Like everybody want to win it all. That's no question about it. But who looks like they got a step ahead on everybody else?
Well, I mean, really, it boils down to 2 or 3 teams for me. Obviously, I'll give a thumbs up to how Houston's played the first 2 rounds.
Love
and
Houston.
Also a thumbs up to North Carolina. North Carolina going through Marquette and Baylor, thumbs up. But one of my criteria is to figure out who's being dominant is who's won the first 2 games by double digits. And I know one team that nobody thought was going to win by double digits. They're picking them as an upset special early on because of how they've been handling adversity is the Purdue Boilermakers. The Purdue Boilermakers went through Yale like a warm knife through butter. They faced a lot of adversity early against Texas and hit them with a bomb 20-0 run. Texas comes back. They hit them again. It looks like Purdue's starting to solve their inconsistency on defense issues. And the fact that they've got a very favorable road, look out for the Purdue Boilermakers the rest of this tournament.
Okay. Let's go to our next question. Now I'm going to say I'm also very impressed. Purdue, those one of the 2 out of the 5 teams I picked out that can win it all. But I gotta admit, I'm very impressed with Houston, who's won 5 out of 6, 10 points or more in a game they didn't. They won by 8. So, what that's saying is that they beating teams, just beating them, not no close games. And that's why I like what they doing. So I have to move Houston. I kind of got Duke there also. Duke also covered their 2 games. Look very impressive, though we think they might hit a wall tomorrow. But before going there, I like what Duke's been doing. And those are my 2 very impressive teams. Now, real quick, Jeff, who's your most disappointed team? You could go any region. You don't have to go every region, but who's the most team that you feel that a huge disappointment in this tournament?
Well, really, I mean, to me, it's probably 2 teams, maybe 3. You know, Auburn had a very favorable road, didn't get there. You know, Iowa came in as hot as they did, very favorable road. They lose the first game to Richmond. But I think you still have to stick with the Kentucky Wildcats. Kentucky came into this tournament, one of the top 3 teams to win the tournament. Very favorable draw, okay, and didn't show up. Again, their woes is, you know, Calipari, you know, first he's going to get the one-and-done kids and then use the transfer portal. You know, it's about time that Calipari takes responsibility. Maybe your offense sucks, and maybe you need to start making adjustments to your system. Because maybe it's not the players, maybe it's Calipari. And I'll leave it at that.
Jeff, all I'm saying, you Kentucky, it usually takes them, they said, about to the 6th game because they always got all these new bodies. Calipari's system is brought up of new bodies every year. They don't really do like the Coach K thing where they keep guys for 2-3 years. But you got to win this -18 first round. I mean, if he wasn't Calipari, I think anybody else would have got fired. Would you agree with that? That's how bad of a loss that was.
You you lost to a team that didn't have any even 3-star or 2-star athletes on their squad. Okay? That's piss poor when you're Kentucky. I mean, they had nobody, I think, taller than 6'7", one guy, and the majority of the team is sitting there playing basically 4 guards out there on you and a forward. And you're telling me, you know, player of the year, Oscar, I can't even say his damn last name, can't do anything. Right. And the rest of your boys can't be more athletic than those guys? Come on. It's a lack of discipline. It's the system is broken at Kentucky. And Calipari is starting to get some heat down in Lexington, okay? And it's time for him to look within to what he's doing. Because what he's doing has not worked the last 5 years.
Yeah, he's got to readjust, definitely readjust. The system was impeccable when he first applied it. Teams caught up to it. Got to change it up. Okay, taking that away from St. Peter's. They've been balling. But Kentucky's supposed to definitely win that game. Okay, let's move on, Jeff. Let's go to the free pick segment, which everybody's waiting for. Salute to Pete Sabato. Salute to Alfredo. Everybody tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Okay, I'm going to pick games, and you tell me if you like something from this game, and I'm going to tell you if I like something from this game. We're going to start St. Peter's versus Purdue on Thursday. No, this is Friday night. My bad. Let me go to Thursday's game real quick. Give me 1 minute. My bad on that. Okay, we're going to go to Arkansas Razorbacks versus Gonzaga Bulldogs. Any opinion on this game? The Zags are -9. Yes or no? Talk to me. What up, Shug?
I mean, I've got an opinion, but it's not the strongest opinion.
But if it's not one of your plays, let it go.
Well, it's not one of my plays, so it's a no for me.
Okay, I have an opinion on this game. Razorbacks, they've been playing pretty good. Actually, to just get to this point, they beat Vermont by 4 points. Barely squeezed by New Mexico State when me and you watched that game. And the Zags also been playing decent. Zags, both these teams haven't covered no spreads in both games, but both moved on. I'm going to have to go with the Zags in the first half. It's my first pick, -5. Opened up 4.5. Some places got them 5.5. But if you look, there's some fives around. I like the game, Jeff, but I don't want to get backdoor. I think the first half, they get up about at least 9, 11 points. That's the play, Zach's first half. Your take on my pick, and then we keep it moving.
If gun to my head, I would definitely be going the same direction. I feel like Arkansas has not covered against 2 for the tournament cupcakes in New Mexico State and Vermont. It's a step up in talent. I think that I love number 1 seeds off scares. So off the Memphis scare, and a week to prepare, and Mark Few being a top 3 coach, I see Gonzaga being not only coached well in this game, but prepared well in this game. And I don't think that if you look at the Arkansas lineup, they got one guy in Jalen Williams who can defend. Take your choice, Timmy or Chet Holmgren. It's a matchup nightmare for the Arkansas Razorbacks. So I will tell you that, I'm a dog player, but I will tell you that anything Gonzaga is probably going to cover this game.
Yeah. Like I said, the first half, I think they could tally it up, cover that 5. They'll probably blow them out, but I'm just scared of the back door. That's why I'm going first half. Okay, another game on Thursday night, Jeff. We got the Wolverines versus Villanova Wildcats. Any opinion on that game?
I have no play on that game.
Yeah, me either. If I had a gun in my head, it'll probably be Michigan, but it's not a play. Don't take it as a play. Let's move on. Let's go to our other game on Thursday night, a game that you want to definitely talk about. You really, really like this game, and you're going to surprise a lot of people on this game, and that's the Texas Tech versus the Duke Blue Devils. The line is -1 for Texas Tech. What's your take on this game, bro?
Well, I'm probably going to step up and say this might be one of my strongest plays, if not the strongest, to date in this tournament. To kind of lead you guys into this is one of the prop bets, and I do a very thorough research on prop bets before, after the draw, before the tournament. We did our tournament special. We hadn't got that information in yet. But the prop bet, and this is the one that really sets me off on this game, is they gave a win total of Duke 2.5 wins to the under -180.
Right.
To the under -180, which means if Duke wins this game, they're going to pay out a +160.
Yeah,
That's
you don't
not
agree
gonna
with that.
happen.
Yeah,
That's
you
not
don't
gonna
agree
happen.
with that. The books
Okay.
are not that generous, right, Jeff?
They're not. We don't have the Taj Mahal being built up, paying out Duke over 2.5 +160. With that also being said, Coach K in the NCAA tournament will be going for his 100th win here. But in games played in the tournament in California, Coach K is 0-3. 0-3. Okay? This is not a good matchup for Duke. The Young Bucks are going to run into a type of team that gives them problems. One that's going to make them play 40 minutes. They're going to make them play defense. They're going to get physical with them. They're going to make them play a half-court game, okay? And in the end, this is going to be the goodbye swan song for Coach K. Texas Tech -1 big.
Okay, guys, you heard it. Game 1, I like Zags -5 first half. Sportsbook, Jeff likes Texas Tech. Red Raiders -1 for the game versus the Duke Blue Devils. Okay, I have no opinion in that game. You had the opinion. Let's move on to the next game. Another intriguing game, Jeff. You got the Houston Cougars versus Arizona. Wow, this is going to be something. You got 2 big teams that jump all over around the gym. I think Zona's a little more skill set better, but you got other information on this game. Talk to us.
Well, one thing I can tell you on this game here is this is an upset special too, and I do have a play on this game. Arizona just come off struggle versus TCU. TCU plays a similar game to Houston. I call them Houston Light. Okay, they should have lost the game. Okay, Arizona is pillow soft. They have been all year. They haven't played by who's going to get in their grill. Okay, Houston controls tempo, and I will tell you, Kelvin Sampson is one of the top 5 coaches in this country. He always has been. Everybody just wrote him off after the Indiana debacle, making the phone calls and getting suspended on on the 5 years penalty that they had for him.
Mm-hmm.
But Kelvin Sampson, by far, gets the most out of his players. His players play hard for him. I remember going back to Naharad, Oklahoma, as a Missouri fan, and just driving me nuts. I will also tell you, kind of relating the prop bets to this, is that the number of 1 seeds to advance to the Final Four before this tournament started was -1.5. So 1.5 teams to the under again at a strong -160. Okay.
Right.
I will tell you that from other prop bets narrowed down, that as you know, I picked Gonzaga as my 1-1 seed. Okay. So I will tell you that Arizona is going down here. This game is being played in San Antonio. It's not in the West. It's in the South. Okay.
Right.
It's 3.5 hours from Houston, Texas. There's going to be pro Houston down there. And Houston, even during their Final Four run a year ago, never beat a team a single-digit seed. They've already done that with Illinois. They're going to do it the next 2 days, too, when they beat Villanova and they beat Arizona on their way to the Final Four. So Houston is another power play. If you can get some points, take it. Money line, Houston.
Yeah, I love the Cougars. I mean, the Cougars, like I said earlier, 5 out of 6, 10-plus point wins. The only one they did, and they won by 8. These guys are tough. I love how they pulled away from the Illini the other day. We had Houston. Illini was tough, battling, looked like they was going to make it a game. Last 3 minutes of the game, I remember calling you because I was driving, and you said, Al, they're up 15. I said, what? Wasn't it like a 2-point game? And you gave me the best news. You normally hand off me bad news, but you hand off me some good news today. And that was a great win for the Cougars. This is a big spot, though, Jeff, because a lot of people going to go take the Wildcats here. You know that. But I guess you're going the other way, correct?
I'm 100% in Houston Cougars.
Okay, brother. Now let's go move on to Friday's games. Friday's games. Let me see where I got it. I got it somewhere there. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Let's start off. St. Peter's versus Purdue. Purdue Boilermakers -12.5. Talk to us.
I will also have a play on this game. I'll tell you, heads off to St. Peter's, but the clock's getting ready to strike midnight. You're running into a legitimate team with legitimate NBA prospects. And, yeah, you're going to have a little advantage of this game being played in Philadelphia. Fans are going to get behind you. But this Purdue team is a different team than you've seen in the past. I think that you're going to see Ivy. They got no one to match up. They got no answers underneath. Again, their tallest player is 6'7" for the Twin Towers. Travion Williams, he's going to go to work. Zach Edey's going to work. I don't see this game being a close in any stretch of the imagination as Purdue marches on to the Elite Eight. And I see a for sure 18 to 20-point victory for the Boilermakers here.
Okay, now a lot of people are going to tell you Kentucky was supposed to do that. That didn't happen. Murray State was supposed to do that, right? That didn't happen. So what I'm trying to tell you is I agree with what you're saying, everything you said, but now I'm playing devil's advocate. Like St. Peter's playing with house money, Jeff. They got nothing to lose. They're going to be out there playing freely. And Purdue, everybody knows, has to win this game. So I think the pressure's on the Boilermakers. So
I think
me personally, I don't have an opinion on this game because I think it's too many points in my opinion. But that's why you sports book, Jeff, and I'm Al York, because we got our own opinions. And you like the Boilermakers to give them the smoke come Friday night, correct?
I do. In fact, I don't like playing favorites, let alone double-digit favorites. But this is the spot here. Purdue's got a full week to prepare, okay? These young kids at St. Peter's have heard nothing but their name on the TV. They're not used to spotlight. This Purdue
Hold up, Jeff. I can't hear you. We have a technical difficulty situation going on. Can you hear me? Hold on. Let me come in and out. Give me 1 minute. Thank you. I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on. You can hear me? Hold up. Hold up. Hello? Jeff, see if there's anything on your side. Check it out. Damn, I can't hear you, dog. They just shut us down, man. That's why I hate messing with this Facebook thing, man. And they be hating. Hold up, hold up. Can you hear me? Guys, we just got shut down from Facebook, man. Facebook just played themselves. They see us giving smoke and they can't take it, man. I don't know why. I'm telling you, I know it's that. Jeff, tell me if you can hear me, brother. Hold up, give me a minute. Hello. Okay, yeah, try coming back in. Try coming back in. Give me a minute, guys. I know it was interesting. I'm so mad right now because we was locked in. You know we was locked in. Oh, okay, Jeff saying he had a caller call him. That's what it's okay. So it might not have been Facebook for once. For once. Give me a minute. Let me try to get my boy back in.
All right,
Hello.
you hear?
Good, perfect. Let's get him, baby.
No, what I was saying
Last
about
three words.
Purdue is Purdue's had a full week prepared. No matter what St. Peter's does, they can't prepare for Ivy and Edie and the rest of the gang. Purdue is NBA ready. They're the most talented team in this tournament. They're gaining confidence. They won both games by double digits. Okay. You have 70% of the cash on St. Peter's right now. Everybody loving that Cinderella public story. And you know what? Purdue's going to squish them like a bug.
So what you telling me is the end of the Cinderella?
Put it this way. Cinderella struck midnight before they even got out of Indianapolis.
Wow. Okay, so y'all heard that, guys? He likes the boy who make his minus 12.5. Let me run down the games we gave y'all so far. 4 games. We got Gonzaga -5 first half. Houston +1.5 whole game. Texas Tech -1 whole game. Purdue Boilermakers -12.5. That's right. -12.5 over the St. Peter's. Now we go into Providence and Kansas. The line is -7.5 for the Jayhawks. Any opinion?
Not a pick, but I know you do, so I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay, I appreciate that because I know how much you like to talk, brother. This is a tough game here. You got a Jayhawk team that's 1-1 against the spread. They blew out Texas Southern and barely handled their business against Creighton. And then you got a Providence team that beats who was it? San Diego State, was it that they beat?
Creighton beat San Diego State.
No, Providence.
Providence beat South Dakota State. And then
South
beat
Dakota State,
Richmond.
okay, because I don't have it in front of me. And they beat Richmond, if I recall. So, and they beat Richmond, and they covered against Richmond. We've seen that game.
Correct.
So what I'm just trying to say, I love the Providence Friars in this game, +7.5. I like the 7.5 because if it's tight late, I think that's a long enough number to cover. As long as they know stupid fouls like in that Michigan State Duke game when they fouled with 2 seconds in the other side of the court so that the Blue Devils can cover.
Correct.
We don't get none of that. I see Providence staying in this game, a well-coached Providence team. We all know the Jayhawks is they're a firehouse, man. They get busy, but I think the Friars do enough to stay within the number. Kansas might move on, but the Friars cover the 7.5. So that's my play on this game here. Anything you want to add on before I move on?
You know, Ed Cooley, one of the most underrated coaches in this country, gets the most out of those kids year in, year out. Providence, this is one thing to keep in mind in this game. Providence is something like along the lines of 15-2 or 15-1 in games decided by 5 points or less. So if it's a close game, don't be surprised if Providence pulls this off.
Great information. Okay, so that's 5 games. This is our last game we giving out, guys. I can't repeat it. 11-3-1 before the tourney, 8-5 in the tourney, 19-8-1 overall. We can't do no more than that. If you told me before anything, I wouldn't even think we could have gave y'all this record, and we did. So continue to capitalize. Last game, we're going to the Iowa State Cyclones versus Miami Hurricanes. The line is -2.5 for the Canes. Me and you seen the Canes look terrific the other day. They were jumping through the gym. You was all over them. You had them game. Second half, you love the Hurricanes. Me and you know that when you get a small line like this and it goes up 2 points, something smells. Something really smells. So this game, I'm going based on number movement, and I think the Clones are a real good team, but it's more because of the number movement why I'm taking this game. And I'm going to roll with the Iowa State Cyclones plus the 2.5 in this game for our 6th and final pick. Anything you want to add on?
Definitely agree. Miami, Iowa State can play a similar game. But, I mean, I got to give, outside to T.J. Otzenberger, the former coach here at UNLV, accomplished very little here in Vegas, goes to his dream job at Iowa State, gets out of here late, uses a transfer portal, picks up guys that play defense, and boy, do they play defense. Miami, definitely, if you look at them, struggle against strong defensive teams. And so I definitely think it's a tight game. The game's being played in Chicago, which is an advantage Iowa State. I think the crowd's going to get behind them. This team is 2-22. And I also like Iowa State to win outright.
Okay, so that's to add on. These are your 6 picks, gentlemen. Do what you got to do. Continue to make money. Continue to tune in. If, like I said, you can't get it both ways. You can't expect to get the picks and not tune in. You got to tune in. I know a lot of times we talk a little too deep for y'all, where it might sound Chinese to a lot of you guys, meaning that you can't understand. Nothing racial or what I said. It's just you can't understand. Like if a person spoke Chinese to me, I wouldn't understand. So I know it can get like that because we get that deep. But if you follow what we're saying, we promise you, you will win more than you will lose. Now, we ain't going to give you 34-1 or 68-3 like these Instagram dudes that post on a daily basis. This is the Al York Sports Show. We keep it all the way 100, the raw truth. That's the only way I know. When we went 3-4, that's exactly what I gave y'all. I didn't say 5-2. I said 3-4. We don't lie. We don't have to what's the word I'm looking for that I can't get? We don't have to work around the truth. No. All the way 100. Live and die with the truth. So when I die, nobody can say nothing else but that I kept it 100. That's what I try to provide for everybody tuning in on the show. And Sportsbook Jeff, I'm getting excited. Any last words you want to add on? The Elite 8 is on Sunday, correct?
Starts on Saturday.
Okay, Saturday. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go to the book early that day and go live to give our picks for the Elite 8.
Saturday, yes.
You ready to make that happen for the watchers and the viewers?
Yes.
Okay.
And I do have a couple of last points. It's going to take longer than my normal minute here. But first of all, the 8-5 that we've given and the 11-2-1 guys, the one point I want to make is we're giving these picks out 2 to 3 days early, missing information. So, for example, in the 8-5, we picked San Francisco before we knew the big guy was going to be out or before the line moved on some of these games. And some are very tight. The reason I bring that up is not to make any excuses because we're the raw truth, but make sure you get the best line. Okay,
Right,
we give
right.
a play out. We're giving the line current of the show, but hold out for the best line. Okay, that's the first thing I want to point out. The second thing I want to point out is when we did our original special, I gave my championship games in each region in the Final Four. And in the West, I gave Gonzaga, Texas Tech still alive, with Gonzaga winning it. In the South, I gave you Tennessee, Houston, which obviously Tennessee's out, but Houston I had to pick to win it. I had Kansas, LSU, which LSU I picked to win the region. And I had UCLA, Purdue in the East region. The reason I bring this up, I'm going to make a couple subtle changes to my original thing just so you guys know. I'm sticking with Gonzaga to win the region in the West. I'm sticking with Houston to win the region in the South. But what I am going to tell you is I'm going to definitively go out. So we didn't give you an East pick. I'm picking Purdue to win the East region and to take with LSU being out. I know Kansas is not winning this, guys. Make sure you're very careful of Kansas this weekend. But I'm going to go on a limb and say the 2-22 last year Cyclones upset, Miami, but also Kansas had to beat them for a third time. They played two very tight games. I think the Cyclones get them game 3. Iowa State goes to the Final Four. So that'd be my replacement for LSU. And then last but not least, a couple I want to give for third, some future bets if you guys have played future bets out there. From what I can see, after they redid everything for the Sweet 16 round here, a value bet I see is get on your Purdue Boilermakers at 9-1. It still was 8.5 to 8-1 before the tournament started. It started back down to 20-1. It came back up. Grab yourself some Purdue to win the tournament, okay? And if you really want to get gutsy, okay, here in Vegas, William Hill lets us parlay regional winners. And if you want to take just a long shot, but not really a long shot, of parlaying Gonzaga, Houston, and Purdue together, you get 9-1 off 100. But if you take the shot of throwing Iowa State in there, you're going to get 83-1, okay? Which will pay out 100, will pay 8,300 out. If you take the conservative approach, 100 pays 900 out. But I want to throw that out.
This got nothing to do with our free plays, guys. I don't want y'all to mix this up with our free plays.
This is my opinion to give you guys
this is bonus coverage.
Bonus.
Got nothing to do with the 6 plays. He's just trying to give y'all some bonus coverage. Hey, how you doing,
I
girl?
want to do some bonus stuff.
Doing fine.
I just want to give you guys some bonus stuff that I think there's some great value in those plays. Other than that,
I keep telling you, we give it too much. We got to stop doing that. I know you're a friendly guy, Jeff. We're giving them 6 picks. That's enough. That's enough. We getting the money. Enough. What else you want to do? You want to get them a call while we at it?
Why not? For the Al York Sports Show.
I know, but we don't want to spoil you them because then when football comes, then NBA, then what? We can't spoil you them. It's just like a female. Right. What happens when you spoil her and your money go bad? 95% of the time we lose them because we can't keep them happy no more.
That's right.
Don't spoil you, my people. We're giving them enough. Trust me. 19-8-1. What else can we do for them? You ask me.
I don't think we give you much else
on the video. Anybody think I'm fronting? Go to all my videos, and the pics are a day, 2 days ahead. That's what I can say over any of these Instagram, or whatever social media platform you on, compare to them. Because they give their games after the game is over or when the game is playing and they know the game won. I know the game. I've been there. I ran the business. I know exactly how people work. They're not going to keep it real. They'll do anything to look good. Like that guy on TV, I do anything to sell a car. They do anything to look good. Not me. I take the good with the bad. Hold up. This is why I came out with this. You know why I came out with this? Because it's wins and losses. There's never all wins. So if you deal with somebody who tells you 34-1, 68-3, you better head for the mountains. Head for the mountains and don't look back. Because they effing lying. And I'm going to leave it like that. I get frustrated because I'm going to expose these guys when I get on the platform that I need to get on. And I'm going to be here with Sportsbook Jeff, OGJ. We're going to expose everybody. Because you know why? We keep it 100, and I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to zip it up. Jeff, any last words? Please don't make this another 20 minutes. Make it quick.
See you by Saturday morning, and hopefully build that bankroll up and be ready to roll come Saturday morning.
Okay, guys, take your 6 picks. Don't go crazy. Don't double up. Bet every game equivalent. If we lose 2, you don't double up. We're not recommending that. Every game, if you put 2 units, 4 units, 5, bet every game evenly. Saturday afternoon. Jeff, do you get a time on the start of the game?
Let me grab it while we're here. Give me a sec.
Look at it real quick. Very important, so we know what time we're going to give them these plays for the Elite 8. Okay, all I got is to be announced, but I don't have no time.
Well, the one thing we really didn't talk about, too, while I'm getting this pulled up, is, guys, the North Carolina UCLA game, we didn't give a pick on that. I think it's the hardest one to cap in this round. So I will bring that up. I will tell you, I like the way Carolina's playing. Keep an eye on Jack Kaz if he plays or not. That'd probably be the only news I'd give for that. And right
so,
now,
Jeff, listen, let's go to where we going to.
By the way,
Saturday noon. We got to meet up at noon. I don't
think
think there's a game at noon, right?
No, it says right now to be determined.
But usually, anybody tuning in, OGJ, do you guys remember what time the Elite 8 starts? If I'm correct, I'm going to say about
it's going to be 2 or 3 o'clock. Probably 2 or 3 o'clock Pacific time, be my guess.
Okay, so we'll be out the book about
noon.
Yeah, we'll be there at noon, locked and loaded, ready to give y'all more games, correct?
Correct.
Okay, Jeff, so nice talking to you, brother. Great show again. We gave them everything but the truth to help them guard. Now let's just hope we cash them out once again. March Madness, Sportsbook Jeff. I'm going to holler at you, bro.
All right, boiler up.
All right, brother. All right, guys, so that's where it's at. 6 more picks. I didn't mean to lose it, guys. You know how I get. It's just I'm allergic to the fake stuff. That's the best way to put it. If I was in a room full of lies, you got to get me out the room. I can't be in the room. I'm just allergic to the fake stuff. But like I said earlier in the show, too, beside the March Madness, so many acquisitions, trades, guys going to new teams. We're going to cover that on Friday's show. We got Part-Time Bro coming in. Hopefully, Ernest Vega can make it in. We got OGJ coming in. Probably give Sportsbook Jeff a rest because we got to get up on Saturday for the Elite 8 games, Saturday and Sunday. So just make sure you guys keep tuning in. And like I said, man, I'm going to give y'all everything I got, and I'm going to give it to y'all in the truth version of it because that's the only way to do it, man. I learned in life, man. Lying and all that, it don't do nothing, man. It doesn't do anything, man. When you keep it real and you look at a guy or whoever you dealing with and you know you gave him nothing but the truth, I can live with that. I don't care how they determine me. I can live with that. But when you got to lie in front and it doesn't work, I can't look in the mirror after that. That's just me. Like I said, we all entitled to our own opinions. Opinions are like anals. Everybody got one. That's my opinion, and that's what I lived with my whole life. It ain't all about being a realist dude, like killing a dude in broad daylight. That's not what I mean when I say I keep it real. Like a lot of guys, especially jail guys, take the word real and take it with, oh, that dude ain't crazy like me. He won't murder nobody. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is real. It's being a man of your word, backing up what you put out. That's my definition of keeping it real. Taking care of your family. Because half the dudes in there that claim they killing dudes and whatever, which they are, they got other dudes taking care of their families. So at the end of the day, how real is that? That's what I got to say. How real is that when other dudes is taking care of your family? And I'm going to leave it like that because this is March Madness. I'm just flowing in other areas, just goes. Al York Sports, the raw truth, no cap, low key, March Madness. Let's get it.